Everyone thought a cup of coffee is cheap and senseless, and typically you had a lot of good conversation. But when a franchise owner goes woke, goes racist, and goes bananas, they lose their cup of Java. Hey, everybody, my name's Stuart Brisgell. We're your favorite podcast for unfiltered, unapologetic discussions, hosted by myself, Stuart Brisgell, and my cohort and my co-host, David Solomon. We tackle a diverse range of topics with candid conversation and bold opinions. Whether it's breaking down the latest headlines, exploring pop culture, debating politics, or delving into the complexities of modern life, we offer a platform for every perspective. So grab a seat, settle in, and join us on this journey for another thought-provoking rant and meaningful discussion. Welcome to the Rant Network, where your voice matters and no topics off limits. Look at David's just sort of eyes popping out of his head for my new sleek little intro. Well, there's new intros. I give myself a round of applause. When Justin Trudeau decides to go dance up the street at a Taylor Swift concert, he's a Swiftie. He's probably also an anti-Trumper too. Go figure. He voted against Bibi Netanyahu to arrest the guy. And you know what?
He voted in favor of honoring the ICC.
Correct. That means he's in favor of arresting the guy. Absolutely. I'm taking one out of CNN's handbook. Just say what I feel. But the funny thing is that I grew up in Montreal, but I lived a short stint in Toronto, Canada, where Toronto had a major coffee franchise called Second Cup. And I actually went to school. I went to school with one of the major franchise owners who had basically Yonge, Eglinton, Bathurst, and King Street Second Cup franchises, that whole big area. Wonderful people, wonderful franchise, good cup of Joe. I'm in Florida. I don't have it. I settle on Illy coffee and my espresso cappuccino machine maker. Come by, grab a cup. But the Second Cup, I always charge for. But in this case, we talked about leadership, quality of leaderships, and people that are now no longer afraid. Woke is on trial, and that's just the way it's going to be for the next 4 years and hopefully for many, many more years to come. It's broken into our school systems. It's broken into our media agencies. But you know where it hasn't broken? The Second Cup Corporation, where it gave the royal foot to someone who went off the reservations and broke some of the most valuable lessons in retail. Keep your opinion to yourself and do what I'm paying you to do. Serve me a cup of coffee. Don't serve me your politics. David, what you gotta say?
It goes a step further than that. So, okay, folks, let's just put some context over here. On Friday here in Montreal, my beautiful city is hosting a NATO conference. And anytime NATO is here in Montreal, by the way, just so you know, the United Nations has offices here in Montreal. The anarchists show up. They hate it. The green people show up. The anti-this, the anti-that. And who else joins them, of course, is the pro-Hamas protesters. I don't call them pro-Palestinian because pro-Palestinian would not do what they were doing. They're pro-Hamas. They believe in terrorism. They believe in anarchy. They believe in destruction. And it was proof positive as they assaulted police officers, as they verbally assaulted other people, as they burnt cars and smashed windows, because this all helps the Palestinian cause, right? Now, these are anarchists. That's only one thing that they want to do. And this is not the first time. We've had encampments in Montreal. We've had other destruction of property. We've had assault on Jewish institutions. We've had firebombing, shootings. There are injunctions, the whole thing. And the police are inept in the sense that the upper echelons of the police and the mayor's office, they say their hands are tied. And I don't blame the police. If you don't have the political backing, you can't do anything. See Black Lives Matter with Minnesota. But here's the catch, folks. Justin Trudeau, who loves to preach, he has the moral high ground on every subject, was at the Taylor Swift concert on Friday in Toronto. In fact, Stuart, put on Twitter/X that he wants Swift to come to Toronto, come to Canada. He appealed to her to come here. 4 shows in Toronto. He went to one of them with his daughter. And you know what? Good for you. Good for you as a father. Proud of you that you did that. But as Montreal is going through its usual problems, thanks to the lack of control by the mayor, the short-sightedness by the premier, the prime minister says, what? Oh, that was terrible. I'm paraphrasing. We should stop this. Racism isn't acceptable by any stretch of the imagination. More words, Stuart, but no actions. And it's disgusting. And this went global. This went viral. The Prime Minister of Canada preferred to go to SWIFT instead of taking swift action. What's interesting, by the way, as Stuart was trying to get to his second cup, was one of those anarchists, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, it is not fake news that they cancel the contract, but let's just put it this way. The franchise owner of Second Cup, a relative, was one of the anarchists. Now, she was dressed with a mask, sunglasses, and a keffiyeh, and you couldn't see her while she was protesting. But prior to, her picture was taken and posted. The police matched it and recognized who it was. And consequently, within 48 hours, CEO of Second Cup rescinded the 2 locations at the Jewish General Hospital here in Montreal. The franchise gone, erased, eradicated. I was there this morning, actually. And I was talking to employees. I talked to it, and hence the reason I'm sitting here with a cup from Second Cup today, because as a way to apologize to the staff and to patients and whatever, they were giving away free coffee. They weren't bribing folks. They were giving it away as a real, we are here with you. The beyond chutzpah, the beyond disgust, Stuart, that this owner has to take money from the people who support them and then to go and yell death to Jews. The final solution is near, which obviously goes back to the Nazis' way, doing the Hitler salute. All this is caught on camera. And CEO of Second Cup, within 48 hours, responds strongly and harshly.
Now, David, I posted up global news, and I called it fake news because the Jewish hospital didn't shut down.
It wasn't the Jewish general. It was Second Cup.
Correct.
It was Second Cup who rescinded. The Jewish general has no control over the franchise. It was Second Cup. Now,
but
Stuart,
I just wanted to throw in the fake part of the news.
Listen, she wasn't filmed allegedly. She was there. Now, here's the thing, folks. The Prime Minister of Canada, I don't care that he goes to the concert. I'm not, complaining about him going to a concert. I'm disappointed, as usual, in the Prime Minister of Canada, who for the last 9 years likes to tell everybody how to act, but he himself won't. He is more concerned with the Arab and Muslim vote. He is more concerned with, that than racism. He is more concerned about him getting reelected. Last week, he announced bribery. Oh, no, sorry, not bribery. $250 checks to 18 million Canadians as a way to buy their votes. But that's okay, because we have so much money in the bank that we can give away so many billions of dollars, okay, that we're in greater debt. Okay? An idea that should have been put in place 2 years ago, he's putting in place now because an election is coming. Justin's only concerned about himself, not about the Canadian welfare. Not about the Jewish citizens that he's supposed to protect. And Anthony Housefather, with all due respect to him, who's not my member of parliament, sits there and goes, bad, I'm so sorry, it should be bad. Stuart, put that away, please. The thing is that right now, Justin Trudeau should take a page out of the CEO of Second Cup. Act. You want to see things stop. You want to act like a real leader. Act. The Second Cup CEO put out a release because they said we do not tolerate racism of any kind. This isn't Starbucks that closed the stores from a DEI and gave everybody lessons. The CEO sent a lesson to everybody, is that if you are preaching hate and racism, we will take your livelihood away. Consequences for your for action, which is against the law. Stuart, this is what we need from leadership. I do not see it from the Biden-Harris administration. I certainly don't see it from the Gavin Newsom administration. I don't see it in New York. I don't see it in many parts of Canada. And I certainly don't see it from the Prime Minister of Canada.
David, thank you for such an illustrious way of introing it, but I want to bring this picture back up. That is the Prime Minister of Canada, guys. Isn't he politically correct? Man, the man walks a fine line between a racist himself, just like his father. The sad part about this is Justin Trudeau is a proverbial buffoon. He is, you know what? I put him on the same level of Gavin Newsom. Him and Gavin Newsom are snake oil salesmen, and that's all they are. They sell you a line of crap. And what happened at the second cup, I applaud them. They're now leading. These DEI companies are trying to expunge the existence. But remember, it's a billions and billions of dollar business, DEI. Right? And billions and billions that need to get reallocated, maybe to benefit the consumer and not the guy who wakes up in the morning and says, I'm a chicken, so treat me like a chicken. And having a whole department on sensitivity training on how employees should deal with people that present themselves as chickens. Justin Trudeau is just one of those chickens. Now, why do I call Justin Trudeau a chicken? Because he's terrified of being irrelevant. And that's like most politicians, right? They're terrified of losing their importance and existence. Maybe it's because he's got a small unit. I don't know. I've heard women use that character phrase before. Or maybe it's because he's an invertebrate. But you know what? He definitely isn't going to go get himself a good cup of coffee, because a guy like that is probably not going to the second cup anymore, because he is now watching his political career go up in a Swiftie concert wearing probably spandex and a Barbie t-shirt.
All right, now you're off the rails here, as usual. I love when you do that, right, Stuart? But let's talk about the seriousness of the situation, because it's not. To me, it's the intestinal fortitude. It's to show the difference. The difference between politicians. No, but the thing is this. I have a member of parliament here who is praising this franchise owner because he is an anti-Semite to the core. Okay? He is applauded and praised, and he's done nothing but degrade Israel in every opportunity. He's done nothing to protect the Jewish community here in my neighborhood. But when I look at a person like an Anthony Housefather, who decided years ago he was going to be a liberal and he was going to be part of that party and he was going to fight. He said, you need to elect me so I can fight for Jews in cabinet. What are you doing there? What are you doing? Talk. When you and Deborah Lyons say, oh, we put out a document. It's a document. A document is meaningless if it's not enforced. We have laws. We have hate laws. Okay? They're not being enforced. Instead, what you're enforcing is hate. You are allowing hate to perpetuate itself in Canada, Stuart. Okay? And you're taking a page right out of the United States' book. Think about it. Joe Biden did, and Kamala Harris did the same thing. Mm-hmm. We let hate spread through the universities. We let hate spread throughout the community. We believed, as you said, in DEI, which DEI is not inclusive. Don't get caught up in that, because to create that inclusivity, you and I are excluded as Jews, as whites. I mean, give me a break. It's a new form of racism. And right now, when you see the CEO of Second Cup really taking a strong stance, and he's sending a message not just to the business community, but to the politicians and community at large, we stand up for the right thing to do. We could lose business on this. And believe you me, today, giving away thousands of cups of coffee, you might say is a stupid idea, but they're understanding what was at stake versus a Justin Trudeau who stands up there and says, Stuart, you're a bad person. I know how you should act. You should follow just listen to the words I'm telling you to do, not how I act, what I tell you to do, because it's enough. Now, unfortunately, Justin, the fact that you don't act, the fact that that you're a hypocrite, that you will not clamp down on racism, the fact that you pretended to put Anthony as the head of some anti-Semitic board or bullshit like that, all these words mean nothing. The inaction speaks louder, because in 48 hours, the CEO of Second Cup schooled you.
Maybe you should run for prime minister. And that brings us to a close of another episode of the Rant Network. We truly appreciate you tuning in and sharing this time with us. Your support and engagement means everything to us. Continue to foster open, honest communication through thought-provoking conversations. Don't forget, we're here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, noon Eastern. Stay connected with us through our social media channels. Let us know how your thoughts, questions, or topics we'd love to hear, and we'll discuss them. Your feedback helps us shape the community and keeps the conversation alive. Thank you once again for joining us. Until next time, keep the rants passionate, the discussion vibrant, and the ideas flowing. And if you got a chance today and you're near a second cup, go grab a cup of Java. And you know what? Tip the girl or the guy serving you the coffee and say, I think your CEO deserves another tip.
And by the way, thank you to Second Cup for standing up for what's right. Please share that with them.